Good morning, my beautiful people. My name is Alison Manners, and I want to say a good morning to you all. And I want to say thank you so much for joining me here today on DBS This Morning, the show that wakes you up in the know. Now, today we're talking about the creatives. We're talking about all things creative. But before we can do that, let's take a quick stop by the news desk for this morning's headline. Thanks, news team, and don't go too far, because we're right back. All right, everybody, welcome back. So first up, we have Talis Girard, who is a musician. So let's see more about those musical instruments. Good morning, my beautiful people. I am joined here with Talis Girard, and he is someone who wears so many hats, from all the things he has done for us in our community, as well as his photography skills, and now he is a trombone player. So let me know more about that. But before you do that, how are you doing this morning, Talis?
I'm doing good, thank you very much.
That's what we want to hear. Now, tell me about this instrument. Tell me how you got into it.
I started playing trombone in 2013 after hearing about an orchestra in Ancillary, headed by Mr. Gregory Piper. At the time, he was superintendent of the Royal Saint Police Band. I went there to learn to play flute, actually. He looked at me, sized me up and down and said, "No, we need a trombone player. You have the length for it." So I started playing trombone from there. To be frank, I didn't really know what a trombone was until that day. And I basically learned the rudimentaries of the trombone in 3 months. I was already playing in the orchestra. I guess it came naturally, and I just kept the instrument from there.
Oh, wow. So tell me a little bit more about the instrument for our viewers at home who do not know what it is.
Oh, okay. So the trombone, it's a brass wind instrument. It's not like a saxophone. It's closer to a trumpet, but it is much longer, a larger bell, and you play it with a slide. If you ever watch the parades of the Independence parades or any parade that the police are part of, you'll see in the front line the police band has 4 trombones. So, yeah.
All right. So when you started in 2013, how was it? Do you think it was easy? How was that whole experience in the orchestra?
Initially, it was easy because when you're starting fresh, you're excited and everything just comes because it's the rudimentary. But as things progress, then you realize the technicalities of the instrument, you realize how much work you actually have to put in. So at first, it was easy. After that, it just became harder and harder because you get to know I'm not playing this right. So, yeah, a lot more practice has to go in.
So where did your love for instruments come from?
So music is part of my family. I'm part of a musical family. My father is a well-versed musician, played in a lot of bands before I was born. My mother is a singer. I got introduced into music when I was about 9 years old. My father just asked me to take a mic, go onto the pulpit, and he asked me to sing. And from then it just kept growing.
So is there anybody you look up to when it comes to musicians?
Yes, there are quite a few musicians, both locally and internationally. Locally, it might be a little bit biased, but my cousin Huxley, he's a bassist. That guy can play a bass. And listening to him and the way he interprets music, his understanding of music, that's a level that I want to be at least partially someday. We've got people like Glenn Henry, amazing saxophonist. The guy is well known. The guy can play. We've got Gregory Piper, Timothy Mondesi. There are a lot of great musicians on island itself, and I really hope that with Jazz and Arts coming up that they get highlighted more so we can actually see the talent we have here. When it comes to international players, I gravitate mostly towards trombone players. So John Allered, Wycliffe Gordon, Steve Turre, we've got a bunch of them, but these are my top 3. Like people like Bill Waitrose, yeah, these are my trombone players.
So I can definitely say you have a great amount of persons that you look up to, that you listen to, that you are inspired by.
Yes.
So is the trombone the only instrument that you dabble in?
No, it is not. I do play quote unquote drums. I also functional on a keyboard, but I'm a trombonist for hire, not a drummer or a keyboardist for hire.
Oh, okay. So someone can hire you for your trombone services.
That is correct, yes.
All right. So to let them know how they can do that.
Okay, you can contact me on Facebook. It's Talis Girard. My telephone information would be there as well. A simple message would do.
All right. And do you think that they need more trombone players in St. Lucia?
We do need more trombone players in St. Lucia. A lot of the kids nowadays, you hear them talk about saxophonists, you hear them talk about trumpet players, bass players, keyboard players. You don't really hear people speaking about trombone players because it's not such a prevalent instrument in St. Lucia. Yes, I believe we do need more trombone players in St. Lucia. Most of the people that we have now are interested in trumpet, saxophones, keyboards, drums, the general well-known instruments. But I think trombones should be introduced to the kids or anyone learning music.
I definitely agree with that. So anyone out there for trombone, Coatwood, I think you should go around and just get the kids more aware of this instrument because honestly, I didn't know about it until not too long ago. So I agree with you. You always hear about the saxophone, you always hear about the bass, the drums, these types of music,
Yeah.
but you do not hear about the trombone. So I think someone needs to, or some persons need to go out and just get persons more aware of these types of instruments so that we can get more young people going in different directions so that we can have an amazing orchestra in St. Lucia, don't you think?
Yes, definitely so. I agree.
Now I want you to give your best piece of advice for any musician who's up and coming.
Work hard, work very hard at your rudiments, keep practicing. Listen to the type of music that you want to play, listen to the instrument, the type of tone you want. But the most important thing is to keep practicing because you never stop learning. You never ever stop learning.
Right, and with that, practice makes improvement, right?
Definitely.
With such great advice, I want to say thank you so much for joining me here today. And guys, I'll see you in just a little bit. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. So up next, we have Jaden Joseph, who is the owner of the Vision Creative. So let's see more about that. Good morning, my beautiful people. I am joined here with Jaden Joseph, who is the owner of the Vision Creative. Now, how are you doing this morning, Jaden?
Quite fine. The weather is a little troublesome this morning, but I like the little cold weather. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
That's what we want to hear. Now, tell us a little bit more about the Vision Creative.
Well, the Vision Creative is a video production company. We specialize mainly in music videos and events, but pretty much done everything. You name it. Funerals, weddings, music videos, corporates, documentaries. I've pretty much done it all, Yeah.
All right, so that just goes to show, guys, anyone can start anything and have so much to show for it. You are a young guy, and to say that you have done all these things and wore so many hats, wow, amazing. So tell me a little bit more about how you got into this whole field.
Well, to be honest, I've always been a creative person. I've always liked telling stories. Anyone who knows me personally knows that I always have a story to tell in a very creative way. I will have different voices. Mentally, I'm just always creative. There's always something going on in my head and I always want to express it in one way or the other. So whether it be through my other capacities like music, whether it be through sketching, whether it be through acting, my main one right now is video. So I always tell a story one way or the other. I was interested in cameras as well. My parents always used to buy those Kodak cameras. Remember
Yep.
those, and you wait for it and then you see your picture, bring it by how you call them again, reflections, and get your picture and you have to wait for like those few hours. Yeah, that was always fun for me, and since then I've been interested in cameras. They got a digital camera, I used to take little videos of it with it and so on, and then since then I graduated over the years. I pursued digital media at Sir Arthur. That's when I got my first camera, a Nikon D3100. Wow. Since then I switched to Canon, and from Canon to Sony now to Zcam. I just love the world of film and video.
It's only up from here, right?
Only up, yeah, man.
How has the support been since you're a creative person? I know a lot of creatives don't get the necessary support, but how has it been for you?
I would say being a creative is a very fun journey, but sometimes it can be a very lonely journey too, especially within the mental space. Nonetheless, you always have fun with it. The number one thing is always have fun with it. Always look for inspiration somewhere and just let it guide you and take you wherever you need to go. You know. I would say professionally, I've been doing this for about 4 to 5 years now. Overall, about 10 years doing video. So I've always kept my creative side going with it, always looking for inspiration somewhere, looking for something to guide me and just lead me to create the next best video, in my opinion.
Now, speaking of inspiration, what is your main source of inspiration?
Boy, honestly, I don't even know. Like, everything inspires me. Literally everything inspires me. I look to tell a story if anything I see, anything you put in front of me, I'll look to tell at least 10 stories with it. That's how I operate. It's kind of mentally exhausting. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, it could get me really sleepy sometimes. Like it's a lot going on in the brain, but at the end of the day, it's fun to do. It's nice. Again, like doing video. For example, you may put let's say a shoe in front of me and tell me tell a story about it, and I'll have to think of, okay, what kind of story do I want to tell? Do I want to tell a sad story, a happy story, a funny story, and yeah, you're just taking it from there.
Okay, so that just goes to show when you're passionate about something and that is something that you love doing. Once you go in it and you're doing it wholeheartedly, although sometimes it can be tiring, you will love it. You will always find a reason to go forward and continue doing what you love. So, guys, always go after what you love, your dreams, chase your dreams. I know that sounds a little cliche, and everybody's saying, chase your dreams, chase your dreams. But honestly, guys, you need to chase your dreams because at the end of the day, you only have yourself and you only have those dreams and you want to accomplish big things in life. Look at Jaden right here. He has done so much, and that's just being a creative and going after what you love. And look at you now, you have upgraded to a Z-Cam, right?
Yeah, cinema. I mean, boy, boy.
I don't think this is I don't think our viewers understand.
It's a quite technical side, but yeah, like that actually in the world of videography is a big step, going from the usual mirrorless DSLR cameras, which I'll always have love for. I mean, you always have to have love for the roots, but then graduating to cinema line is a whole different ball game. Upgrading my craft, taking it to a whole different level, in terms of quality and production wise and everything. It's really nice. I will say though right now, something that a lot of videographers want to say and they don't say. St. Lucia, people, this is, as much as it's an amazing craft to pursue, it is a very difficult one, especially finance-wise. As all creatives do cry every day, every single day, amongst ourselves, we have that cry for help. When we do give prices, we want that decent little bit of respect in respecting our prices. All right, it's not easy doing these things. Equipment is very expensive. A camera alone can be $10,000. A lens to go on top of a camera can be $3,000, and these things are also expensive to maintain. Storage space with memory cards, hard drives, etc. These things are expensive. So don't feel disrespected as a client when us, the creatives that you entrust to bring out your vision, tell you that this may cost this amount or that amount. At least try to work with us, because it is quite expensive to be doing these things, and most times a lot of us are running just on minimum cost. So the least you could do is respect us with the pricing as we try to work with you to bring your vision to life. Bring the vision to life.
Exactly. You saw what he did there. I love that.
I just felt like I had to speak for creators out there, especially videographers, because it really is sometimes quite tough, out there. We're making a living out of this. The same way if Lucy Lake tells you your bill is this amount, you won't cry if Lucy Lake. So if you come to us, especially if you come to us and you feel like we can bring it to life, have that decency to, at least, say, well, it seems a bit high, but we could work with something, because, everybody's going through tough times, even us as creatives, especially as creatives. So, yeah.
Work with us. I completely understand what you're saying, and I completely sympathize with both the creatives as well as the corporate persons, because I don't think they understand how much money and time goes into the videography realm of things. They don't know the cost of equipment. So when you give them a price, they're like, wait, I have a phone, my camera can do the same thing, but can it? You're also paying for the creative minds of these amazing people, and they can do so much.
Let me tell you, sometimes a client will come and they think it's a simple thing to say, I want this and that and that. and we have to sit down for like 8 hours, sometimes a whole night, just trying to think of how to really have this crazy idea make sense, and the worst part is some clients may come with, really crazy ideas, and we have to fit it all into like 30 seconds or a minute. It's really difficult, guys, So I was talking based on the equipment, but even the creativity wise, guys, again, if we give you a quote on something, at least have the respect for it to say, okay, maybe it's a bit much, but we could work with it, or just say yeah, because trust me, it takes a lot to be a creative. It's really expensive, not only financially, but mentally, physically on us as well. So have the respect for us in that way, please, sometimes.
Now that you have spoken to your clients or future clients, I want you to give your best piece of advice for anyone who is up and coming in this field.
I would say to any creative, I wouldn't even say just cinematographers, videographers, creative directors, dancers, writers, you name it. As cliche as it sounds, of course, be consistent. Consistency is not just for the eyes out there, the potential eyes. It's more for yourself. The more consistent that you are, the more acquainted you are with your field and what you do, the better you'll be overall in all aspects, right? Never stop growing. Never close your mind to learning. It doesn't matter how advanced you may feel you are, you could never stop learning in your field. There's always somebody that knows something that you don't, and that means you'll always be, as much as you are at an advantage, you'll always be at a disadvantage as well. So never limit yourself as to the knowledge you could acquire. Never limit yourself to your skills. Always be willing to collaborate. Let's not be segregated and, diamond there and diamond there. Let's all come together as creators and have fun with what we're doing. You understand? And to the business community, I would say as well, again, work with us. Work with us as well. Creatives, stay creative as much as possible. Sometimes we can be in a little depressive slump. We can be like, boy, I don't know what to do, whatever. Take a walk, my guy. Take a walk, sis. Go out there, look at a coconut tree, buy a coconut, sit down and just, breathe for a while. Free up your mind and get back to being creative, yeah?
All right. And with that good piece of advice, honestly, thank you so much for joining me here today. And guys, I'll see you in just a little bit.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's SocaCize session. Leading the wine, we have Suzanne from Studio Fit and Healthy 911 and myself, Shani, from SocaCize St. Lucia. Let's get ready to flaunt with SocaCize. This morning's workout is a wine and tone routine to send it up by spice. Let's go.
It's DJ Biggie 5. Nothing to me like a
Pop. Switch. Hey. And I want that core moving. Shake the hips side to side. Hit, 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 hit. Pop. Hey, hey. Shake the hips. Hit, hit, hit. Punch. Now we're going side. Cross it. You really want to cross it. 4, 3, 2, hit, 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 hit. Punch. Hey. Nice and strong. 3. Hit it. Hit. Hit. Wind it round. Wind. Hey. Hit. Hit. Hit it. Pop. Let's go. Hey. Hip side to side. Hip. A. 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 Send it. Hip. Side to side. Punch. Woo. 3, 2, shake it. A, 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 A. 3, 2, 1, hit. Roll it. Hey. Hey. Let's go. Hit. Pop it. Hey. Let's go. Side to side. Send. Hit. Punch. Woo. Move those hips. Hey, hey, hey. Let's go. Roll it!
When we turn the road, no fi manage it. When we turn the road, you better damage it. When we turn the road, no fi manage it.
Hey!
Send it up, send it up,
Send it!
send it up, send it up, send it up, send it up,
Hit! Hit! That was this morning's session. We hope you are feeling sexy, sultry, and strong. Do remember to flaunt today.
All right, everybody, that wraps up today's show. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got a better understanding of the life of a creative. So you don't go out and you just expect certain things from them, but you can meet them halfway. Now, with that, I want you to go out, have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow bright and early. Bye.